Next up is junior Sarah Napier, who wrestled 125 pounds this year. Sarah is the last of our original girls team that we started 3 years ago when she was a freshman. There were three girls, and she's, as of right now, the last one still part of the team in wrestling. We're hoping maybe that changes next year and the two other girls decide to come back. But Sarah, she's stuck with it, and she's had quite the career already, only as a junior. This year, we definitely saw a different Sarah out there. She looked like she was definitely having a lot more fun than, say, last year. She's evolved more of a wrestler and has become much more efficient with how she wrestles out there. She's not kind of going out there every single time and looking to get that pin right away. She's going out there and setting up her takedown. She's out there wrestling, doing different things on the top and bottom, and she's really becoming much more of a complete wrestler. And Sarah was already very dangerous to begin with before, but now, like for instance, on top, she would always look to get her bundle, and that was her bread and butter. But now she's looking for other things besides the bundle, and that's really opened up her wrestling and made her more of a complete wrestler this past year. On the season, Sarah had 33 wins, which put her in the 30 win club again, 28 by pin, one decision, 38 takedowns, 13 total near falls, 8 reversals, and 12 escapes. Almost every tournament that she competed in, she found her way on the podium. She took sixth place at the Lady Longhorn Holiday Tournament. She took third place at the Lady Vikings Invitational, first at the Perry Girls Tournament, third at the Lady Raiders Invitational, and second at the Brunswick Girls Tournament. Sarah definitely was in probably one of the toughest weight classes in the state this year. 125 was absolutely loaded. We saw it when she was one of our three girls selected to compete at the inaugural Ladies of Ironman tournament, which is considered the toughest tournament in the country. And she wrestled some of the best girls, not only from the state, but in the country. And she did well there. She took one and two. She won her first match, but then struggled. But her weight class has been just an absolute buzzsaw this year. She did end up winning first at the pre-regionals, which set her up should have set her up really nice at the regional tournament, but her regional was absolutely loaded, and that's not even counting some teams that went to other regionals that could have come to ours that she's wrestled that would have even made it harder. Unfortunately, Sarah came up short at regionals. She did not qualify for the state tournament. But like I said, if you look at the state tournament, there's four girls in that state tournament that Sarah has beaten this year. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes with where she was at in her regional and what draw she got. And unfortunately, she got one of the worst draws you could possibly get for a girl that won her pre-regional and should have a easy draw. She probably got it would have almost been better if she took second or third. But that's unfortunately how it goes sometimes. It's sometimes more luck than good. Sarah, for her part, when she lost her last match, she wasn't upset. She went out there and she did everything she could. She wrestled her best, and she had her held up. And we always tell the boys and girls, go out there and wrestle your best, win or lose. If you just give it your all, we're proud of you, and you can't hang your head because you gave it your all, and she did. I think she was much more pleased with how she did this year compared to maybe last year. I know she wants to get back to the state tournament really bad and get back on that podium, but it's getting there. And it just wasn't in the cards for this year. She, again, had a very tough draw, but I think that's going to set her up for next year because it's not going to be like that next year for her. We don't anticipate it being that much of a meat grinder next year for her. So we're really excited for her. She's going to keep improving. And she came away with this year with a lot of accolades. She was recognized by the National Wrestling and Coaches Association as an academic All-American. She was voted on as a Lorain County Wrestling Coaches Officials and Association All-Star, and she was selected by both the Morning Journal and the Chronicle Telegram as an honorable mention All-Star. For her career, Sarah has 87 wins, which currently is the school record for girls, and she's closing in. She's 13 away from hitting that 100 milestone, which we know she's going to hit, and she'll be the first girl in Columbia history to do that. She has 67 pins, which is also currently the school record for girls. She has one major decision, 6 decisions, 85 takedowns, again, school record for girls, 27 total near falls, 15 reversals, and 36 escapes. She is a 3 time regional qualifier, 1 time state qualifier, 1 time All Ohio, which was in her freshman year. She took 6th place. She's a 1 time National Wrestling Coaches Association Academic All American, and was 1 time a captain. And we're hoping that's going to change next year as well, because I think she showed some growth this year and some leadership growth. So we're hoping that Sarah, for her senior year, decides to try to take a leadership role again with this program, because she definitely grew, not only as a wrestler but as a person, and I think she stepped up more as a leader this year. So we're hoping that Sarah will, consider that and step up as a leader going forward on her last year. But, so many great things to say about Sarah. She's an amazing girl. She has one of the greatest personalities in the world. She can make anyone in the room laugh, even when they're down or, upset. Sarah can make them smile at any point. She is such a great personality and is such a great kid. Wrestling is just a small part of her life. So, but just seeing how she is in wrestling was, shows us that no matter what Sarah's going to do in her life, she's going to be successful. She's such a driven young lady with an amazing personality. So it's such a great privilege to get to coach her, as well as all the girls and boys. But she's such a fun person to coach. And next year, going into her senior year, we're really excited, and we know that Sarah is going to get back down to Columbus. She's going to get on that podium, and she's going to deserve that. So Sarah does earn her third year varsity letter this year. Congratulations on an amazing season to Sarah.